Hey guys, what is my favorite part of makeup? Or at least one of my favorites. It is brushes. This video is going to be all about brushes. The good, the bad, the ugly. I'm going to tell you guys what are my favorite brushes, what are the ones I hate, and just some information about them. What brushes are used for what, things like that. Also, sorry, my cat just bumped my camera. Also, kind of what bristles there are. It's just all about brushes. If you're into this video and you want to watch it, then let's just get into it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and give this video a big thumbs up. Alright. First of all, I just filmed 8 minutes of this video and my cat ruined it. So, this is the second take. Take 2. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is tell you about the brushes that I do not like. The first one is going to be this right here. This is a foundation brush. This is meant to apply your foundation and to blend it out. It leaves your foundation super streaky and not good. So I highly recommend not using this brush for foundation. There are other things that you can use it for. Applying masks. I said that word so horribly, but whatever. Contour. It's not super bad for those things, but in general, I really do not like this brush. The second brush I do not have because I just don't like it. It's going to be a fan brush. I don't have a picture of that, but basically it's just where the brush fans out like this, and it's usually pretty thin, and it's supposed to apply highlight, and to me it applies highlight to sheer, whereas I like highlight pretty intense. So those are the kind that I do not like. So now we're going to go through brushes, just kind of how they are, what they're used for. You can use brushes for anything that you want to, whatever works for you. This is just how they are generally used. So the first type of product that we have is the blending brushes. So these are the ones that I use personally. I'm not going to go through each and every brush just because I have a lot of brushes. I was going to list them down below, but I have too many brushes, so we're just going to go through them, and then the ones that I like, I will tell you the specific brands. Otherwise, this video will be a million years long. So these are kind of the type that are generally used. Buffing brushes, this is just kind of an all-over one, and then this one's huge. This one is the one that most people use. It's going to be a flat top kabuki. Sometimes they're on, like, you know, like this, but generally, not generally. I guess I've seen them. It just depends. Wow. Can't talk apparently. So this one you just, you know, press it in. That's how these all are. These are meant for foundation, concealer, cream contour, cream products is what these are meant for. I really enjoy using these to buff out my foundation. Another thing that I use for foundation is going to be a sponge. I also have the Beauty Blender. I can't find that, so I'm showing you this. This is the Eco Tools one. I believe they come in 2 packs. They're very fantastic for blending on makeup, making it a little more sheer, easier to blend. If you have thicker foundation, this works really well. It has the little flat side, it has the thinner side. I use this to bake a lot, just to get on powder. What I really love about this specific one is it has a bouncy bottom, like the Real Techniques one doesn't, and so I really enjoy this one. Alright, moving on up. We're gonna go in with contouring ones next. Oh, this was another one that I just liked and I forgot to share it with you guys. I don't hate this. I still use these brushes. They're just definitely not my favorite. These are meant for blush, kind of a soft application, but this one specifically, this is by Moda brushes. It just doesn't have enough bristles to it, so it makes them not apply brush too much. And again, I kind of over apply things, so these are not my favorite, but I still use them, especially this one. This is a Luxie brush, 170 small. Luxie, I know it's a 170. Small tapered. There are, I apparently forgot to say these things. There are 3 types of bristles or hairs on your brush. There's going to be a synthetic, which looks something like this, And those are just synthetically made hairs, kind of like if you would get a weave or something to that effect. Then there's duo fiber, which is synthetic, and another type I'm going to talk about. As you can see, it's usually about 80% to 20%, and these really help with blending, kind of bronzers. Any powder products, these generally aren't used for creams because they're, again, going to make it streaky, which literally you'll see like brush strokes into the cream products. Then there are goat hair brushes. I don't know if these are actual goat hairs. They're probably not. But what this is doesn't hurt the goat at all, from what I know. They just snip off the little hairs and then they make it into brushes. So these ones apply a little more naturally. They kind of pick up more product versus the synthetic doesn't pick up as much product. It really distributes it, I can't talk today, onto your skin. This one kind of keeps it more. Alright, moving on. We're going to go to contour brushes. Hold on, I'm trying to find the other one. Okay, so these are going to be contouring brushes. There are a few different types. There's going to be this one, which started kind of with the NARS Ita, and it's just going to give you a pretty harsh contour. This one, depending on how you use it, you can dip it like this and then apply it like this, which will give you a pretty hard contour. Otherwise, it's pretty loose. It's just general contour. These ones are little small round blushes. This is the Luxie 512 Small Contour, and you just put it in your crease, and it gives you pretty natural to pretty, like, medium. I'd say medium. So these are my contouring ones. Moving on. These are going to be powder brushes. These are things that you use to apply powder products, and they give you a pretty medium finish. I'm going to stop doing that finish thing because it really doesn't work for me. I can't describe, apparently. So these are blending brushes. Then we have these. These are what I call bronzing brushes. They're not, this is just called the blush brush, so blush brushes. And these apply your bronzer, your blush, powder products, again, in more of a light way so you don't get as heavy as an application. This is, again, that duo fiber brush for blending powder products. Two more for face brushes. This is going to be a highlighter brush. This is what I use to put it right here. And this gives you, or, you know, wherever you hide it, this gives you more of a intense highlight versus that fan brush that doesn't. This is a setting brush, so I use this to just put that powder right under my eye. I really like this. This can also be used to apply contour, or to apply highlight. This is actually one of the first brushes I ever bought. It's the small tapered brush. Moving on to eye brushes. Personally, eye brushes are my favorite. I have so many of them. I just love eye brushes. You can never have too many brushes, in my humble opinion. So I'm going to kind of go through the categories again. So we have blending brushes. This is going to be something to put in that crease color. This is also a face brush, and I forgot to mention when I recorded last time, but it's basically used for, I use this for cream highlights personally, or to carve out brows. So blending brushes are used to, again, do the crease section. These are going to be your big fluffy blending brushes that I'm currently talking about. I know I am wearing that here one. Sorry, I'm like sitting here going through my brushes. I should have planned this out a little bit more, but I didn't. I know I'm going to find more as we go, but whatever. So these are just regular oak blending brushes. They are used to, again, buff out that color, and I do really love these. This is probably my favorite type of brush in general. Then we're going to have these. These are just what they call eyeshadow brushes. They usually are meant to apply stuff to the lid. That is not how I personally use it. I know I had another one. That is not how I personally use these brushes. I use them to pack on color onto my outer corners. So this is what they look like. This one's a little bit smaller, this one's a little bit bigger. Then we have angled brushes, which look like this. They're literally just angled. This one's a little bit denser. I like to use that to pack on product. These ones to blend. These are really, really great, especially when you're first starting out, because you could just take a little bit of product. You can dab it on the outer corner, blend it in, and you're good to go. So these are great. Now we have, we're just going to call them crease brushes. These are brushes that you use in your crease to really pack on that color and make it on the outer corner. They're going to be like this. There are different kinds. This one is a little blending brush. This one's to put in your crease, something tapered. Oh no, it's precision blending. And then this is a round hair brush. This is again used for blending out your eyeshadow. I personally do not use it for this. I use this for cream. So I will put this under my eyes if I am color correcting. I will do the brows again. So I really like this brush. Then we have, probably my second favorite, are going to be flat shader brushes. These are personally what I use to pack on that color on my lid. This is one of those other ones, the eyeshadow brushes. So I have 5 of these. This one's my favorite. It's my Mary Kay. It really just applies. It's really a dupe for the MAC 242, which is a flat shader brush. So these are those. Now we have pencil brushes or smudger brushes. Really? I left. Oh no, they're right here. Good for me. Okay. So these are going to be pencil or smudger brushes. This one looks like a generic one. This is just to smudge. And then this I personally use for my inner corner highlight or just highlight. These are very good. This one is actually called Mini Flat Angled. Then we have a liner brush. This is just used for eyeliner. You can also use this for brows. This is a definer brush. This is what I use it for, is to stamp on darker color under eyes and then blend it with the blender brush. This can also be used for brows. And then this is a lip brush or like a small detail brush. I personally, oh my gosh, this is considered a concealer brush. Like, that's ridiculous in my opinion. So I use this to apply like sometimes my inner corner highlight if I really want it intense, because it's a super dense brush. I'll use it to blend out lips or highlight. This is really fantastic. And the last one is going to be a swoolie brush. This is what you hear YouTubers talking about all the time. It's what you use to comb out your brows. I had to find it, sorry. And it looks like that. Alright, now we're going to go in with my personal favorite brushes. My personal favorite brush brand is called Farah. It's F-A-R-A-H. And these are so good. These are, of course, blending brushes because, again, they're my favorite. And this one is dual-ended and it has the eyeshadow brush. So these are great. I guess I could just do my favorite from each category. That'd probably be the easiest. This is my favorite all over eyeshadow brush because it blends as well as distributes products. Again, I said this is my favorite flat shader brush. My favorite like blending out lower lash line products is going to be this one. It highlights your inner corner. It's just so good. This is the only one in the category, so this is going to be my favorite flat definer brush, and it really is. It really is a great brush. My favorite smudger brush, I already did that one. Favorite angled brush is that Mary Kay one. Or no, this is MAC. This is a MAC 275 SE brush. Favorite for that. And then, of course, my favorite lip brush. I really, really like this brush. This isn't my personal favorite angled one. I really haven't found a good angled one, but this one's okay. This is a great for setting. Personally, I just use one of these to set just because it's easier. But yeah, my favorite contour is going to be this one. It is so good. I actually use this one on concealer sometimes too, but it's so good. And it really gives you a contour, but it also blends really well. My favorite brush for like Oliver powder brush, no, it's probably going to be this one, again by Farrah Brushes. Favorite foundation brush is a tie. I can't personally pick between these two. So good. Love them. Sorry, I'm just going kind of quick here. This is such a good brush. Duo fiber. Love this. And this is probably my favorite face brush. It is by Chic. Sorry, my camera keeps going up. And it's just their blush brush. And I think I covered all the categories. My favorite sponge is going to be that Beauty Blender. It is so good. Personally, I think it is worth the price. So those are all of our brushes. Those are the ones I recommend, everything. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, like, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications if you want to know when I post. I can't talk apparently. Let's see, do I have any other announcements? Nope. So have a great day, guys. And I know I'm missing something, but whatever. Bye.